Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and theys and thems. Welcome to another episode of Talkaholic Junction, and I have a special guest, well, actually, special group, Free Warren.
Howdy.
What's going on?
Thank you.
All right, first, let's go down the list of names we have here, and also they're from Elizabeth, Kentucky. So we have another home guest.
Yeah.
This is Garrett. I play drums.
I'm Tristin Edblom. I play lead guitar and guitar in general.
I'm Braden, and I play bass.
My name's Brad, and I'm the vocalist.
All right, nice to meet everybody, besides Tristan. I already know him. So first thing I want to ask is, how did the band even start up?
Well, actually, I met Garrett at school.
Yeah.
I met Garrett at school, and I was a grade younger than him. And I always thought he was a super cool dude.
It was the first day of the semester, and I sit down and I pick a seat and I sit down, and then I see Braden. I didn't know him at the time, but he walks into class and he comes up to me and whispers, and he's like, "Are you cool if I sit in the seat behind you, dude?" He's like, "Yeah, man." And we got to talking, and we send each other some videos of us playing some songs and stuff like that. And we knew we wanted to jam, and then I finally came over here and met the rest of the guys.
Yeah.
Yup.
So we've actually, us three, this is our dad, so he's been a rock fan since day one, since he was younger. Grew up in the 90s, all the great grunge rock, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains. You name it, we've heard it. Guns N' Roses. He grew us up on it, and so me and him picked up the guitar when we were young teenagers. I was about 13, going on 14. He was probably about the same. I'm a couple years older than him, so we've been jamming music. He's been writing music since he was our age, younger than us. So so we've always grown up listening to Dad's music, playing his songs and stuff, and learning guitar, learning bass, learning anything musical that we can, learning how to sing. And we started kind of writing and recording our own music together, and got Pro Tools, kind of got dabbled into the recording world of that, and we just jam like acoustic together and sing and play together all the time. Bonfires, anything you can think of, church events, just fair events, anything we could get our hands on. So, and then never had a drummer come into the mix, and that's when their story happened. I remember Braden came home and was like,
Not a good one anyway.
I remember Braden came home and was like, "Yo, I met this drummer from school, or in the guitar class," and me and Dad were kind of like, "Yeah, whatever, another drummer," they kind of, because
And he's young.
Yeah, it's like
I was
17.
kind of like, yeah, we'll see.
I was like,
And,
no, he's a ninja. He's a cool dude.
Because I had played with a couple of drummers before in like some friend groups and stuff, and they were all right, but nothing that I wanted to get serious with. So I wasn't really too keen on it, and I was kind of in the process of just doing a lot of covers and just jamming, learning stuff. So I wasn't really in the band mindset yet. And then he comes over and sets his drum kit up. And then we all got together. Even called up my buddy Ryan that used to play with us and used to play rhythm guitar. And we played together, and it was just like, what the heck?
Yeah, we played.
This dude blew our minds, and he just played everything that we could
originals.
think of.
And that day I came over and we all jammed for the first time. That was actually in November. That was 5 years ago. In November.
Yeah. So the band's been going since 2019.
It's been a while.
And even before that, he goes, ask me, I'll play drums to any song you name. and I didn't know what to say. He goes, any song, just name it. I'll send you a video of me playing it. And I go, Go by Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
And that was the song, and he sends me a video of him playing Go by Pearl Jam, and I was like blown because I'm a huge Pearl Jam fan.
Yeah.
And then I showed these guys, and they're like, yeah, he's awesome. Get him over here.
You call it an audition. That was my audition for this band.
And
that was it. It was nothing.
And honestly, ever since then, that's where it all started. That first jam that we did, we started off playing some covers, cover tunes of bands we like, Guns N' Roses, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains, anything. And then
But we did originals.
But then
here.
we whipped out a couple of his original songs, and it just like
It went good because it sounded like we had been playing together for a while.
Yeah.
It
And
most
was our
definitely did.
first time
Yeah.
playing
Yeah, the
together.
chemistry was just there.
Yeah, it just
It's
kind of
just,
clicked,
just
like
there.
you know. And he was a metal drummer. He comes over and he's like, "Yeah, I love Metallica and Pantera," and we're kind of more into like the classic rock, and we liked them too. But he's like into death metal and like all this like hardcore stuff, and we're like,
It's great.
I'm like, okay, so you can play fast, and what else can you do? And then we played some original songs, and he just snapped right in, like to like this slow, like buildy song that we got, and it was just like, wow, he can just do
The
anything,
most versatile,
so.
the most versatile drummer.
Yeah, he's amazing. So it just all worked out from there, and we were just like, man.
Can you tell we praise him a lot?
Yeah, I can see.
He's the glue. He's the final piece. You know, we're brothers and a dad here, and so we're stuck together for life. But he just kind of comes in and glues it all together.
Yeah, he keeps us all together and in line, tip-top shape.
So, y'all three got y'all come up, but then it all starts with Dad.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. I mean, he can kind of tell you about his history of like our grandpa and stuff.
I grew up
The
with-
influence of like originality and writing your own songs kind of came.
Yeah.
That came from my father.
Yeah.
Because he was country and bluegrass,
Mm-hmm.
and so he had jams. As far as I can remember back, I mean, I was a little kid, and there's always people over he's having jam sessions, and so we have a musical family.
Yeah.
But I started picking the guitar about 15. I was probably about 15 before I started.
Okay.
And I started writing and playing and singing, though, all at once. It was this country feely
Singer-songwriter.
Yeah,
Lots of Merle
singer-songwriter
Haggard
stuff.
and Johnny Cash
Yeah.
and Hank Williams.
But at that
and
same
stuff.
time, I was just getting into the grunge scene was going
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
and I was getting into, and I love classic rock too. I was getting into more rock and roll.
Danzig, heavier stuff. Getting into some heavier stuff.
Yeah.
So that would bring me to the question of like, how would y'all describe y'all sound? Because on Spotify, with y'all one single, Warm
Yeah.
Bones, like if you look at the, Spotify, they got the
Yeah,
radio.
absolutely.
Like a lot of bands that follow behind y'all would be like Red Dragon Mafia, Feed the Wolves, Moon Fever, Living Dark Days. Like, would you say it's kind of like that, or would you say it's a different sound?
It's close to that. I was surprised to see those guys and our similar artists
Yeah.
when I went at it, because we have, we've got the '90s grunge sound. I think that's what we get the most. That's
Yeah.
what people say. Oh, you guys sound like Seether, Alice in Chains, Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
We hear that to wits end, man, and that's it's the truth. But we also have that 2000s alt,
Modern, touch.
radio,
Yeah.
the stuff you heard on the radio back in the 2000s, the harder stuff. We've got that to us, but then we bust out and get super proggy and super metally, and
Yeah.
for better or for worse. So it's like a balance. It's got its highs and its lows, and its soft parts and its heavy parts. We kind of cover
Yeah.
all of that range as best as we to our ability.
You can see a lot of inspiration in it.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Yeah.
not one thing.
We sound like all of our favorite bands, like
Yeah.
put into a blender.
And I also believe it's a culmination of what each of us bring to the table.
Yeah.
Because each individual one of us is actually quite different. As
Yeah.
much as we agree on, and we're the same, and we like a lot of the same things, we're all very different too. Like a lot of the 60s, 70s kind of long lead guitar stuff comes from Tristin, lead guitar player. That kind of, minute, 2 minute, 3 minute solos just going, and like we said, a lot of the metal and hard metal influence comes from Garrett on the drums, and he's into heavier stuff like that, and a lot of I like punk a lot. I like punk, and my dad, he grew up on country even and folky stuff, so, but it's all a culmination of our individualities that make the sound. Mm-hmm.
I didn't even start listening to like Pantera, Metallica, and like metal stuff until he came into the mix, and then I started learning new stuff on guitar. So it all kind of bleeds in, and then lately I've been trying to I sing backup vocals on the Warm Bones song, and you can hear my voice in like some of the verse parts.
Yeah.
And that actually comes from him, kind of just that love of vocal. Like he always taught me growing up to like because he's a vocalist, so he just always like was like, oh, the singer, man, like dude, like that's a singer. He always taught me like what a real singer is. So, but I always took liking to the guitars myself, but he always taught me to appreciate the singing, and now I'm working on like learning how to play and sing at the same time and things like that. And then Braden, he's always got like he's into bands like the Strokes or like the Arctic Monkeys and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just like brings this
White Stripes.
this weird alternative vibe, and that's kind of where the Warm Bones riff actually came from. Or he wrote it, and it's just kind of like got this like weird alternative vibe to it. And it's like this just weird choice of notes. So it's just we always try to just blend everything together. We never want to write the same song over and over again. So we don't.
Yeah.
We're always trying to stay away from being like one-trick ponies, and we just want to like we like big ballads, but we also like short, hard hitter songs. So just depends what comes out in the moment, you know.
I got you. And with Warm Bones, what's the challenging thing about making that song?
Everything.
For me personally, that's probably like the most challenging song to play on guitar. Not even like hand wise. It's just like there's all these like different parts and like riffs, and then like it just like it's going from one thing to the next all the time, and it's just like it's just a challenge to like, and it's fast, and it kind of just it keeps you on your toes. So.
Which blows my mind because this guy plays 3-minute solos.
Yeah.
I would say if you hear his other material, you would say
some of the other stuff.
Are you kidding me? This song?
Yeah, you guys like some of the other stuff that's gonna be coming out. You'll know what we're talking about. Like I like to go off on these like I like to just rip solos and like a lot of blues, bass, rock, and then like metal influence in there. But there's something about it. It's like I know what's coming with those kinds of songs, and it's like the style I embedded myself in. So like his style was like it's different than mine. So
it's out of his.
It's just out of my context. So it just takes a lot of mental space to like get into like his type of playing and like what he wrote. But it's awesome because it challenges.
And he
me.
jumps around a lot.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
yeah,
he just writes
these different chords.
Yeah, just these different chords and notes, and
we're like blues is like 3 chords.
Yeah, I'm just a lot more like simplistic.
Leads.
Like I grew up like my favorite guitarists are like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Slash and
Hendrix.
and Hendrix, and you know they do crazy stuff too, but there's just like there's something to you know what you're getting with them, and like you don't know what you're getting with this guy.
I gotta say, yeah, the main riff of the song Braden wrote, I heard it and I knew it was going to be a high energy song and kind of go fast and play a million miles an hour. And when we wrote the song, I mean, it's been a while since we wrote the song. I was drum wise, I was seriously overplaying and just kind of going all out on it. And
yes,
you know, at my ripe old age now, these days, I've kind of toned it down a little bit. But when we went in to record Warm Bones, there was just no way I could strip it of anything that we wrote in the past. I kind of had to leave that feel there and leave all that crazy stuff going on in the song drum wise, because it's just such a hard hitter. It's like you're on a train and you're just going and you're going and you're going and you only slow down a couple times. So it's a challenging song on the drums, but dude, it's like so fun to play. It's one of the funnest songs.
It is fun to play. Like it's
fun.
probably one of my favorite songs to play now. Even though it's hard, it's just fun. It's just very upbeat and goes and it goes, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know it's weird. It's a weird song. Like
It is.
Like we told a story about it on a video like a little bit ago. We made an Instagram video about it. Like it wasn't even supposed to be a Free Warren song. It was just one of his songs that he wrote, and we all
I didn't even want to release it.
We all scoffed at it because we're fitting it, we're like this hard rock vibe, and the grunge and kind of the metal stuff more, and we're like this stuff's too like upbeat and punky.
I was like, but it can still rock.
Yeah,
it can still be a banger.
It's happy.
It was like happy sounding, and we were just like,
rock.
I don't know about it, man. It's like, but he just, he had the whole song together, and we're like, well, you got it all together, so I guess let's try it. And then we played it live, or like rehearsal together, and we're like, man, it is kind of like got this groove to it. And he was super like particular about like how it sounded too. He's like, I got it like this and like this, and but I think that actually helped us get into the bed of it more. And then we kind of came in and all did our own little influences on top.
Yeah.
But it was just I don't know.
It was challenging for me as well, because when I'm singing, I kind of like to just go where
it takes you.
It takes me, and this song doesn't let me do that.
Yeah.
It's very
like,
syncopated rhythm,
it's syncopated,
like the
and I
like you
have
think
to.
the chorus. It's like down, 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 down.
The timing is very
the timing
strict.
is very strict, and like
Yeah.
it's all drum bass. Like the drums are hitting at a certain part, so you can. There's not a lot of freedom, but it's you have to really lock in. But
Very
it's like
simple,
once
very
you're, it's like a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what they wrote. Like we had an article written about it recently, and they said it's like a roller coaster that you won't want to get off. And I just thought that was the perfect like saying for it, because it is like you have to lock into it, and then once you're locked in, you're on for a ride, and you don't want to get off. It's just
a drug.
jamming. So
Yeah, greatest 6 seconds of your life.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is, dude. It goes 80 miles an hour, and you're just like, well, that was a rush. So it's a lot of fun though.
Yeah, and then one thing is Spotify, Warm Bones. I noticed that y'all have over 5,000 listeners a month. And one thing I noticed, because we've talked about it a lot at work, is people looking at it, but not like following or liking. Like you have thousands of people listen or look at it. So I guess when it comes down to it, how do you think the internet affects music, like in this generation?
So we actually talk about this all the time, you know, because he's an oldie, so he grew up in the CD days.
Yeah.
So it's like you go to the store, you buy a CD, and he remembers MTV when MTV actually was good and played music and did what they were supposed to do. But so we come from the streaming generation, obviously. I mean, and when I was a kid, I remember CDs. I have a love for both because I'm a vinyl collector. So,
I'm a CD collector.
and he collects CDs. So, and we got that love from him too, you know. And we love albums. So, like, we love putting an album in. Like, we'll listen to the whole thing through. I'll put an album on my record player, and you know, I'll listen to the whole thing, do the whole flip and everything. So, and I love the covers. And I just think when you go buy a record at the store, like that's the album. Like you're looking at the product, and it's just like it's the finished cherry on top piece of work. But I always defend the internet too, because I wouldn't even know as much music as I do if it wasn't for the internet.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he liked what he liked, but that's what he liked, and the internet allowed me to expand more into different bands.
I feel like you're competing more these days with the streaming.
There's
Definitely.
more
You're competing like
more noise to cut through.
You have to
back
really
in the
cut
day.
through
It's
the
like
noise.
there was 20 bands that ruled the
Yeah.
radio.
It's tougher to cut through the noise and to really grab people's attention now because there's so much happening all the time. But there's a beauty to it too, because now you just now you put your stuff out online and you can really just grab your audience. You know, like if somebody doesn't like your song, well, then they don't have to. But if they love it, they might become a bona fide fan. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's listening to the same things nowadays. You know, back in the day, it was everybody listens to the same song on MTV, so everybody knows it. So you get your big superstars. Nowadays, there's not really like as many superstars because there's so much more music coming out. But man, you'll just listen to this. There's like different genres that are just so popular nowadays, and you're like, what? Like there's a genre called pirate metal.
I've heard about that one.
And like it has got like a huge following, and you're
Low-key
just
hits,
like,
it low-key hits.
no, it hits, bro, and it's just like, but it's like people like love it, and they'll go see the shows, they'll go buy the merch, and it's like maybe you think they're weird, but like back in the day, something like that would have never sold. You know what I mean? The label would have never picked that up and said we can make money off of this. But look what the internet can do, and so and it's funny that you bring up like the monthly listeners. I'm amazed at like what the one song. This is our first song that we've ever dropped, and I'm just amazed, like, because we had no following. We had like 100 followers on Instagram, and half of them were like family and friends and stuff. So like we don't have a following. We don't have a big label pushing us and marketing pushing us. You know, everything is self-funded. We're like putting our own money in to do things, to record and get it out there. And you know, Facebook really took off. We got like 40,000 plays on the Facebook video. So that was a big shocker, and that was just us like sharing it as much as we could. You know, we put a little bit of money into it, like trying to boost it up a little bit, but like nothing compared to what a label could do. But I think like just for local music, for the first song drop ever, I mean, 40,000 views on Facebook. We got like 15,000 streams on Spotify. I mean, it's been blowing my mind. I'm like, so something's spreading. Like people are sharing it, liking it.
It's off to a good start.
You know, the internet. I don't think we'd be able to do the same. If it wasn't for the internet, we wouldn't be able to touch the same iceberg that we're hitting. You know what I mean? It's just like it's spreading to people, and I don't think we'd be able to spread it as fast if it wasn't for the internet. So
yeah, and then one thing about Spotify I like is y'all are, you know, recommended artists. So like, let's say I'm listening to one artist I just named, y'all gonna pop up next on that playlist, and then you just gain the listener. Either, like you said, they're either gonna like it and add it, or they're just gonna move on.
Exactly.
That's the beauty of it. If only one person listens to our song, one brand new person, never heard it before, one person a day, I mean, I'm good with that. Like that's success in my book.
That's
Same
a great
thing at a
feeling,
show.
yeah.
If you go play a show in front of 7 people in a different state, well, that's 7 people in that different state that are all going to go tell their friends, and they're going to follow you. You know, the internet and the social media and the streaming platforms, it's a blessing and a curse, because they give you the tools to grow, to get yourself out there. But, you know, at the same time, if I'm on my phone and I'm watching funny reels, and then I find a band with an ad, and in the first 10 seconds, if it doesn't give me something I like, I'm just, no, I'm going back, I want to laugh. You know? So, you know, it can come back and bite you.
For sure.
But for what it's worth, I mean, what little we've done, and how little the song's been out so far, just 3-4 weeks at this point, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we've been hitting some pretty good numbers, and we are like just shell shocked, just super grateful for that. We love it.
So how do y'all feel about the support from, you know, home state Kentucky? Because there's a lot of negative reviews when it comes to new artists in Kentucky, like saying they don't get support from their home, you know, state, but different states, much love. Like, think about it, like Jack Harlow when he first started up, support was horrible, but as soon as he left Kentucky, blew up. You know, Bryson Tiller and other artists.
Yeah.
So y'all feel the same way, or do y'all feel like it's more positive for y'all?
I definitely actually do agree with that for the most part, because it is true for the most part. Like, I think it's because first of all, the genre that we play specifically, it's not necessarily prioritized in Kentucky. Yeah. Like, rock is not
close to Nashville.
Yeah,
lots of country.
But if you go even one state over to Ohio, much better. It is much more appreciated. You know, rock is much of a bigger genre there and respected, and it, like, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is in Ohio and stuff. You know, it's just much better. But thankfully for us, though, it hasn't been terrible. Though, like, it's not like we're just getting hated. But I definitely do feel like for the most part, the reason that is true a lot is because when you go somewhere brand new and nobody knows you, and then they hear, it's like there's more mystery to it, and they like you more because they're like, where did you come from? They you're not from around here, are you? Like, you sound great. But everybody who knows you in your hometown is like, oh yeah, whatever, you're doing the same old thing. You know, they're not. It's different. You know.
Yeah, I think to me, you know, Kentucky isn't a place. We don't have a Los Angeles. We don't have a Chicago or a Houston or a New York. And those places, Nashville, those places are all so overdone. Every aspiring musician's going to go move to L.A. and be in a band, and all the people in L.A. are probably just, you know, scoff and turn a cold shoulder and say, yeah, okay, so did I. You know.
Yeah.
But here we don't have that kind of scene. I mean, in Louisville, there's a great scene up there. There's a great metal scene, a great hardcore scene, a great rock scene, and there's a lot of bands that have come into this great success, but it didn't come overnight. And it's like you have to prove yourself when music isn't like a defining thing in the state that you are. And Kentucky, to me, is definitely one of those states. You kind of have to just work your butt off and just prove it to them. Because there's been a lot of bands in Kentucky that have shown the world that they can do it. You know, Blackstone Cherry did it, Knocked Loose did it, Primer 55, and Jack Harlow.
Cage the Elephant.
Like Cage the Elephant, yeah. It's totally possible.
It's totally possible.
At that level, when you don't have the resources that you would if you lived in a mega city, you just have to shackle up and just say, we're going to put the work in and get it done. You know, do whatever we have to do to gain that new fan every single day.
And we had to come to that realization too, like, you can always sit around and make excuses like, oh, I'm not in a big city, I'm not in LA, I got to go to Hollywood if I want to. It's like, no, dude, that's not true. Like, you just got to do something. Like, just go play live, go on Pro Tools, record a demo, do something. Like, that we recorded our own stuff for like 2-3 years before we ever were able to meet a producer that was able to record for us and get into a night.
Which I highly recommend if you're playing rock music. Demo at the house.
Yeah.
But get a professional producer.
We do highly recommend unless you really know your stuff and you can mix and master your own stuff like just as good as like the pros. I highly recommend work your tail off and find the money to go into a studio and build good relationships and just do something. But just do something. Just start doing it, because I mean, like I said, we started in 2019 and we just dropped our first song a month ago. You know what I mean? It's been a long time in the making.
We're ready to give up.
And before that,
dude, we've been ready to quit. We've been ready to kill each other, like over the dumbest stuff. Like
fight.
Like we've been through thick and thin blood and sweat and tears, literally. But it's just only made
That's why you give it to somebody else. And
it's good to bring in that outside perspective.
You don't have to argue about a mix, because the professional's going to mix it.
Yeah.
And he's going to do it pretty much. He's going to take into consideration what we want a little bit, but he's the pro.
And most of all, that outside ear is everything.
Yeah.
Because from our point of view, it's very... it's crazy.
We just want ourselves louder all the time.
Yeah.
So it just ruins it's good to bring in that professional who knows music but really but make sure it's somebody who understands where you're coming from and what you want, because that's one, like, we met Jordan Westfall, our producer. He is just the best dude you could ever
He's a beast.
meet. And he just came out of the sky, I swear. Yeah. Like, this dude went to a Christmas dinner and then, like, was like, yeah, I got this guy that can record some... He's got a studio, you know. He's just like...
Yeah, he's sort of in the family. I met him on Family Holiday.
Because that's the one y'all saw about in Kentucky.
Yeah, he's right down. He's in Bowling Green.
Yeah,
I came to band practice the next week, and I was like, guys, I found somebody. And it was...
we scoffed. I scoffed so
we were
hard
scared
at it. We were so scared, too.
We didn't know what we were going to do, because, I mean, five years into it, man, like you guys said, I mean, we're all, like, punching each other and pulling our hair out. My hair already fell out.
Yeah.
It used to be long once upon a time.
Yeah.
And we were just super scared, but to tie it back in, man, that's one of those things. Being in a smaller state, if you want to call it that, where we don't have those resources, having it harder sucks. It does. But it's honestly better for you, because it's going to make sure you've got that fire lit under you that's going to keep you going.
Stuff.
Whereas if I were to go to LA tomorrow, I'd probably expect those resources to come to me. And that's not the way to think about it, you know.
I feel like we scoffed at it because we had taken mixes and recordings we did ourselves, and we had professionals master them. But it wasn't like the sound wasn't there. Yeah, we've had to mix them too, and it just wasn't there. And we're like, I just ain't gonna believe it until it happens. And then Jordan just blew us away. So it was it was a surprise.
We've lost so much money and wasted so much time stressing over trying to do too much yourself, and really it's all about recording quality from the get-go. And the best way to do that is to go into a studio that has a great room and record quality tracks from the start.
And if you're a rock band,
with
don't go
who-
in and record. Don't have a guy who records country music record you.
Yes.
Okay.
They gotta have the experience in that.
And
genre
make sure
or
it's somebody who
multiple
knows like how to track stuff, like
Yes.
because that was the big, we brought our own tracks to go get mixed professionally, but it still didn't work because they weren't tracked well enough, and
Right.
it's just like I don't know, it's a tough thing, and it took a lot of time for us, and God blessed us, like finding Jordan, like our producer. He just he knows what he's doing, but he also just listened to us. A lot of like musicians, like especially when you're recording at home and you have your songs, you're like, well, I know my song's the best. Nobody else can tell me the way it's supposed to sound, and trust me, we get that.
Demo-itis.
Yeah, demo-itis.
That's what
That's
it's
what we
called.
call it.
It's called demo-itis.
You get it bad too.
And you're married
'cause
to it.
You're married to like your creation, and it's totally okay. And we understand that because we had it. But when you really when you get an outside perspective of somebody who really listens to you and is like, doesn't try to change your song necessarily, but just tries to put it to its full potential,
Yeah.
man, it can change your outlook on things. It just it'll change your life.
And we got to learn to let go. And
We had to learn to let go on a lot of stuff.
if they want me to sing in a certain way, or I want Braden's bass, him to play something a certain way, we had to learn to just let go. We all said to each other, you do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. And that's when it came together.
Got you. So making a song was difficult. What about the music video? Was that easier?
The music video. So the
one
music video for
was.
Warm Bones actually was not bad. It's all just about having the funds for it because it's an animated video, and
Finding the right company.
we just had to find the right company to do it because we know nothing about making a cartoon. So it was just all about finding the right guys to do it for a decent price. Because, like I said, we're independent. We're poor.
Yeah.
We don't got money. So
Yeah.
We had to shingle a lot of houses.
yeah, we had to do a lot of
All four of us,
Yeah, we had to work
Yeah.
a lot of shifts.
Yeah,
for
all
that.
of us,
But,
actually.
A lot of roofs.
So we found a company in Nashville named, shout out to Skybone Studios in Nashville and Skylar. Big shout out to you guys. We knew we wanted an animated video. I love when bands like animate themselves and make themselves cartoons, and I'm a big cartoon fan.
Yes.
I mean, it's SpongeBob, it's Scooby-Doo, it's Cartoon Network, Ninja Turtles all
Beavis
day.
and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead, like
Transformers.
Simpsons, like we're nerds, so like for
Any anime?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't.
Death Note for life.
He likes it. I haven't
Demon
dove
Slayer.
I haven't dove into the anime
Yeah.
myself. I personally have just not been able to like connect with it the same way.
I
but-
just started One Piece.
Good luck.
Too much
Yeah,
One Piece.
I got like 3,000 episodes left.
Yeah. So, I haven't gotten into it. I'm more like the old school, like just cartoons. Like I just want to watch like
Yeah, like Courage,
Courage, Cowards,
Dog.
Dog
yeah,
all
yeah.
day. Cartoon Network. We actually parodied Cartoon Network's logo with our shirt from our character designs from the animated video. So
Which
that'll
will be on the
that'll be
website
dropping
soon.
on the website soon. So keep an eye out for that.
And we will have
we'll be
it at the
selling
show.
it at the show as
Yes.
well. So
Actually, when you want to tell everybody when the show is and where?
Saturday, October 12th, we go on at 8:30 p.m. to 9, and there's gonna be like
Mag Bar.
the Mag Bar, Magnolia Bar and Grill, aka the Mag Bar in Louisville. You can go buy tickets. They're $20 tickets, but you're paying $20 to go see about us and 5 other bands. There's gonna be a bunch of other bands there. Shout out to them. Shout out to Mark Jackson for getting us that show at the Mag Bar. Metal Forge,
It's
go
a
check
two-day
it out.
event.
Big shout
Metal
out to
Forge
Mark.
Radio. Go check out his podcast.
Yes.
And he's an awesome dude.
Free Warren loves Mark Jackson.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played live. This is going to be our first show back in like a few years because we've been so busy writing, recording, and making
Try.
making songs, making videos, making artwork, promoting.
So much.
So we've been rehearsing our tails off. We're ready to hit the stage again. So hopefully it goes well.
Like, at the Mag Bars or anything else, like live wise?
No, we actually have not gotten that. We're open to booking. Anybody wants to book us, let's do it.
Any hard rock bands in Kentucky, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
We're trying to get bills together. Any venues, any bars, and if you need a gig, let's talk, dude.
If you need a wedding band.
We'll
play.
If you want us to play at your wedding, we'll do it.
We'll play acoustic sets too.
We'll do acoustic sets. Like we'll do full band sets. We're ready for anything we can get.
We're just getting into it and
Yeah, so we're just trying to get our name out there.
back
and
into it.
Any little thing at a time.
As long as
try to inch forward
Any
every
bar
single day.
mitzvahs?
As long as we can, as long as we can sell merch and promote ourselves, we're down for anything. So we're just trying to get out there, and we're excited to meet new bands and that are doing the same thing as us. Kind of same style. We're excited to meet fans. Like going back to like the internet thing a little bit. That like the numbers have been great, but I'll tell you what the best thing is just when you get somebody that comes up to you and just is like, I love your song, dude. Like at work, like we've been at work together, and like people at work are just coming up to me like, dude, I heard your song. It's like really growing on me. Like, and I'm and I'm just like, yeah. See, that's what.
That is a great feeling.
Yes.
Like if I can change one person's life with music, like that's my goal.
If you
like,
can help just even one person through
Just for 4 minutes.
yeah, just if you can give them 4 minutes of joy, if you can give them even 30 seconds of joy, it's just like that's what it's all about right there. And it's just, and then going out and playing the songs live and having fun and just doing it. That's what it's all about. So
Yeah, because at work, I'm not gonna lie, the work you put in at work, just get it out there, was wild.
Oh yeah, I've been promoting. I've been passing them flyers around, getting them like scan the barcode. I got written up at work for it. Night shift was not taking kindly to it. They were like, "You need to go back to your station," and I was like, "Come on, man." I'm just like,
Yeah, because even the Spanish speaking, they're just like, I don't know what you're saying, but all
I
right,
know, dude.
just-
I just whipped up the translator on my phone, and I just like check out my band's new song, like and follow, or follow and subscribe if you like it. Let me know what you think, and I just show it to them. And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool." Like, and then they do it, and it's like, yeah, people have been open to it. Not too many haters about it. You get a couple here and there. They're like, "Nah, I'm good." Like, but other than that, people have been loving it. People that we talk to at work love it, and this lady I know at work came back up to me yesterday, and she's like, "I just love your song. I got my kids on it now." And she's like, "We want to come see you live, and we want to come. Like, we want to see you guys." And I was like, "Yeah, we got the show coming up." I was like, "As long as if you don't mind a bar scene, we're just gonna be there hanging out, playing, trying to sell merch, And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna bring my kids." I'm like, "It's all ages," so I was like, "They'll just mark you with an X so you can't drink, but it's all ages. The show is all ages, so if you got kids and you don't mind them being in a little bit of a rock scene, I don't recommend it for young children because there's gonna be a lot of old metalheads there and stuff going crazy.
I recommend it.
But yeah, I mean, hey, if you don't mind it,
Throw the baby.
but we're selling merch, and and we got smalls. So if they want a T-shirt, but we're all just about promoting the music, and we ain't getting crazy. We're all about there trying to just support the music and jam and talk to fans and talk to anybody who's interested in us. So
Let's party.
Let's party.
So let's get to like the future questions.
let's do it.
Who is somebody y'all would like to open up for if y'all had the chance?
We're talking like big bands or like
Like the biggest.
talking like local bands or
Let's go big. Let's
go
go
big.
Go big.
Oh man, that's tough.
Guns N' Roses.
You just laid it right
No.
out there.
Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
They're pretty
definitely
good.
your all's expertise on the hard rock side of the coin. Because I don't know if could we open for a metal band? Do you guys?
why not?
You guys see that happening?
Why not? Yeah, heck yeah.
Why not?
We got metal.
I mean, Pierce opened up for Blink.
Blink 182.
Yeah.
There you
they're on
go,
tour
right
with them
there.
right now,
Like,
yeah.
who cares?
I don't-
dude?
it doesn't-
You know who I'd actually
We
love
don't-
to play with?
We don't
is,
like to box ourselves in.
Yeah.
I love punk rock. I'm a metalhead and I'm a punk rocker, and I like old country too.
So there's this band called The Warning. For like a new band, I would love to open up for them. If you're listening, The Warning, we think you rock, and we want to jam with you.
For the for the newest, most contemporary artists that I listen to right now, besides 21 Pilots, in the rock is The Warning.
We would love,
and
I would personally love to open up.
And I've known about them for a while, and I always knew they were going to get big. And they are.
They're getting big, and they deserve it.
They deserve it.
They work.
Awesome.
They work their tails off,
and I love the sisterhood in their band.
Yeah, and I relate to it because we're brothers and the dad and their sisters, and he's basically our brother.
Yes,
we've adopted
at this point.
Garrett's just our brother from
if they want to have a family band on their tour, let's do it. Let's rock and roll. Other than that, for me personally, Avenged Sevenfold, I'd love to open for them.
They are a great pick.
They're
a great pick.
Absolutely.
He got me into them like a year and a half ago, and we saw him at Welcome to Rockville 2023. Okay. Dude,
I will never forget.
I'll never forget. I have seen tons of bands live at these festivals, and I have never seen such like a cult
righteousness
following, dude. When they started playing "Hail to the King," I just I didn't know anything about them really. And I'm just now and then they go into "Hail to the King," and
the crowd,
dude, the way the crowd's just like "Hail, hail, hail," and I'm like looking around, and I'm like, these dudes have an army behind them, and I'm like, that is just fascinating.
I've been missing out my entire life,
and I'm a late fan. Can't believe I'm like just now getting onto them, just within the past couple years. I'm like, I should have been on this stuff 10 years ago, but they're awesome, and
me and Tristin are so stupid because they've been since we heard them since we were little. They're on Call of Duty. They're on Black Ops 2.
Sinister Gates is like my new big influence on guitar. I've been trying, and he's cramping my hands trying to learn all this stuff. He's killing me here, but yeah, I'd love to open for Avenged if that was like a possibility. I just think they're a great band. They play live great, and their shows are just awesome. So, but yeah,
wonderful.
That's mine.
And 21 Pilots.
Yes,
21 Pilots would be awesome.
Oh my goodness,
yeah. They're awesome for like an outside genre, like pop, like more of a pop vibe. Yeah. Missile. I don't even know what you call their music. I guess
they don't box themselves.
They don't box themselves in, but I guess
they're smart.
I would call them on like the pop level more.
21 Pilots, just 21 Pilots.
They're just 21
They're
Pilots.
21 Pilots.
But Tyler, he's awesome. We relate to him so much.
Yeah.
He's just goofy, and I love his lyrics. And
man,
he knows how to write some lyrics. Man, he speaks to
Josh Dunn.
Josh is cool too.
Yeah. Love 21 Pilots.
So right now, that's kind of what we've been on. Those are the bands we've been listening to. Those are the guys and the people we'd love to play with if we ever had the chance.
So I'm guessing if you want to open, you want to collab too. If you had the chance.
I definitely would.
I would love to collab with as we start putting out more music. I'd love to do a collab.
If it could be done right, absolutely collab.
It has to be the right song though.
Yeah, it definitely has to be the right song. We're pretty picky about features, but if they're done right, they can be just the best songs in the world.
Or you could just always just do a cover song.
Yeah, that too.
That's great.
Yeah,
you never go.
So shout out to all those bands.
Shout out to all of them.
There's a band I found yesterday. So I'm a huge Slash fan, and his son London is recently joined this new band called Return to Dust.
Oh yeah,
and they're actually pretty cool. And
I like them.
They're just now up and coming. They're on tour with Chevelle right now, I think, and if I'm right, and but man, if they ever get on their own tour and they would need an opener, let's do it, dude.
Everybody hit us up.
Yeah, we like them.
I like
they
Return.
Jam. I like it. They're bringing kind of that grungy Alice in Chains vibe back,
90s.
I love that 90s. So. Definitely, I think we can melt in their style a little bit.
It's real. It's
we
raw.
Actually fit
it's
with
powerful.
them quite well on a.
I think we do. When you listen to their music. So, but they just seem cool. They jammed. I haven't had a chance to see them actual play live, but I've watched videos and they rock. And yeah, dude.
So, we're pretty much coming to the end of the podcast, and one of my favorite things to do, and I'm gonna get an answer from everybody. But one of my favorite things to do is ask a random question that, from like 1 to 5 or 5. Yeah, 1 to 5. So you would just pick a number between 1 and 5, and then
Okay.
everybody would just answer it. So
Cool.
who wants to pick the number?
3.
3? 3 is, what is the most useless talent you have?
There's no such thing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's true, that's
a
true.
good point. There is no such thing as useless talent.
No such thing. There's a use for everything.
Use all of your abilities that
Yes.
you can help somebody one way
You
or
might
another.
not be good at it, but it don't mean it's useless.
Get creative with it, and you'll definitely find some uses for it. I guarantee.
I think
Get creative with it.
my useless talent is having the ability to get up every morning for work. At,
I feel that.
and then going to work and pretending like it matters.
I feel that.
Yeah.
My useless talent is to develop kidney stones, and
I feel that one too.
No doubt. There
that's
you
the
go.
useless
Oh
talent.
no, my useless talent is being able to look different, totally different every time I show up.
Yeah, dude, this guy walks in with a new fit, like just like total random stuff every day. Like you don't know what he's gonna be wearing one day.
What is it? One that my dad says the useless one is the flute. I used to play that. Like I'm talking about first chair. Could have got a scholarship, but never used it.
Dang.
So it's useless right now, but it is.
It could
Oh,
be.
yeah.
But it's not really. Not in entirely.
So when it comes to the band, where the social medias, how can they find you? Anything you want to tell the audience before y'all go?
We're on everything, dude. Go watch Warm Bones, the animated video.
Love it.
We love it. I hope you guys love it too. It's on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music. Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter.
Our website.
Go check out our website, buy some merch, and we got more merch coming.
Big merch drops
We
coming.
have a new single coming pretty soon, and
And
we're
with a video.
with a video
With a-
as well.
with a big video.
We're really excited to drop this one and give everybody the little second taste of Free Warren. And yeah, dude, just
Different vibes.
I think everybody's gonna like this one just as much. It's just different
In a different
It's
way.
just in a different. It's
Different subjects.
I think people are gonna be a little tripped out by how different it is, but it's gonna be, it's gonna be cool. So.
We
But
don't
yeah.
we don't like to be stuck in a box.
Come see us live at the Mag Bar October 12th, and please book us for more shows because we're ready to play for you guys. So
We have mugs. We have pins. we got
yeah, dude, we got some cool merch. Like we got stickers.
we got
and
some
mugs
original
and
Free
pins.
Warren
We got
merchandise.
some T-shirts. So
We got some hoodies. We
Just,
got some pins.
just check us out.
We got
man.
koozies. Can
Yeah,
coolers.
we got koozies.
Can coolers. And it doesn't have to just be for beer. It could be for
Very
any.
tall cans.
Yeah.
I got tall ones too. Skinny cans.
Yeah, dude.
For Mick Ultras, man.
Just listen to our stuff. That's the best way you can support us, and just shout us out, and just go like our stuff and follow us on. We try to post content
Yep.
every day. We're working on some playthrough videos and some
Big things are coming.
just gonna start posting like a lot of more music
Yeah.
content, and we're just trying to get a lot of good stuff for you guys coming. We're new to all this
Yeah,
content and social media making, so we're just doing our best. So just work with us and grow with us, and we're excited to just keep doing it, man. So
Gotcha.
so
Well, y'all heard it here. That was another episode, and we will be ending it on a special way. Little treat for everybody else. But have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever y'all at.
Peace.
Peace.
Love you.
Deuces, yo.
We love you.
Free Warren loves you.
myself.